Hello there, Francesco. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So, it is often discussed by many authorities as well as the general population if the schooling system needs to be reassessed. Good. I believe that new alternatives can be found, and the traditional teaching or new alternatives can be found, and traditional academic development is no longer sufficient. Full stop. Okay. Expressivity. Nah. Let's go. So, okay. Sorry, I didn't read the rest of it. So, new forms of expressing one's self, such as ballet, may provide new job opportunities to younger generations instead of focusing on the traditional ones. Okay. So the problem is because I've got this so close, this part so close to focusing on traditional ones, does that ones refer to generations? Yeah. So we could have say rather than focusing on traditional disciplines, new forms of expressivity such as ballet may provide improved job opportunities for younger generations. Full stop. No ambiguity, no confusion. All right? That's how I would have organized that sentence. Okay? Yeah, so give me 5 sentences like that. Okay, with rather. Start it off. Rather than something, okay? Just to make sure we get it totally under control. I'm pretty certain, looking at your ability, that you know that structure anyway, but might as well, just in case. Firstly, the schooling system should always be evolving in relation to the global changes. This is due to the fact that computer science or other forms of art are becoming drivers. No, computer science isn't a form of art. Okay? Or other disciplines or other subjects are becoming drivers for new job opportunities. For example, one of the members of the Royal... Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, it's not a bad example, but let's just try and formalize it a little bit and say, for example, recent studies by the Royal Ballet Company in London showed that children suffering attention deficit disorder are able to find an outlet uh, in ballet. Okay, therefore, new topics like ballet should be implemented into the traditional schooling system to help a range of students, or to help students who have difficulties with the traditional subjects. Okay, what I'm trying to say is we can just generalize it rather than going into story forms. Okay. Secondly, maths or science are typically believed to be a better preparation for jobs like medicine or engineering. This is because the old job market was demanding these disciplines, and the school system was therefore based on them. However, in many countries, the governments often release new reports of increasing unemployment rate related to the lack of opportunities for new graduates. Thus, it is mandatory to update education systems in order to promote a better future for the new generations. Okay, I get the feeling that this essay has been a little bit rushed, okay, because your other essays were better. Now, there's either two things from my experience, that it was either rushed or due to the absence from writing, you've got a little bit rusty, okay? I'm just being direct, okay, and don't take offense. I'm just trying to help. And what I would suggest to avoid this situation, especially if you've got an exam coming up, is do quite a bit of essay writing before you send one to me. So you send me one of the best ones, yeah, and also just so you get warmed up, so you can warm up your writing brain, you know, so you're not going in there cold. It's just a bit like a sport, really, you know. So just a word of advice there, Francesco, okay? For maybe the next time you send me an essay, do a couple first, get into the writing mode. I know it's difficult if you haven't got time, but it's just food for thought, so to speak. To conclude, I firmly believe that an education revolution should be carried out, and teaching new subjects will give the opportunity to discover new talents. Okay, so we've got new and new there, so we could say to discover hidden talents would have been better. Let's go. That's the corrected one. Alrighty then. Let's go. Pie chart illustrates how 3 regions in the UK, Yorkshire, Derbyshire and Lancashire, decided to spend, with a D, council funds in 2014. Firstly, education and leisure represented the 2 main sectors of investments. Specifically, Yorkshire spent more on education than on other sectors, almost 33% and 25% respectively. I guess other sectors than on the other sectors, but spent more on education and leisure than on the other sectors, almost 25 probably. On the contrary, Derbyshire spent more than 1/3 on leisure and only 1/4 on education. Finally, Lancashire had an equally divided Lancashire divided the expenses equally across the 2 sectors, or for those two sectors. Also viable. Not bad. Bit of a long sentence. I got away with it though. Secondly, the remaining 4 sectors represented the secondary investments for all the 3 regions, even if in different ways. What does that mean? Let's see. I see. Okay. Or maybe tertiary investments? Anyway, Yorkshire as well as Derbyshire spent more on community care community care than Lancashire, maybe? Full stop. However, the former spent, let's just say spent more on community care than Lancashire. However, the former spent more on social services and less on the environment. Oof. Now, former and latter are okay, but if we're using it in the same sentence, and it gets a bit tricky to follow it all. Okay. So just, I mean, it's good that you're using them, but just try and limit it to 1%, so then we're not going to get mixed up. Okay, a small fraction on social services and roughly 10 times more on environment. Okay, so I don't know which is the subject now. Lancashire showed an equal distribution in the expenditures in all the 4 remaining sectors. Okay, that's good. Overall, the 3 regions varied considerably in terms of council expenditure. However, education and leisure were consistently among the largest what could we say? The largest divisions of expenditure, or the largest, or in terms of council expenditure. However, leisure and education consistently received the most, something like that. Okay, Francesco, fantastic. I don't know when your exam is, but if you want to carry on practicing, yeah, you can buy another pack. That's 10 essays. It works out pretty economical, and you can just start working through those at your own time. Maybe do one a week, or one every couple of days, one every 3 days. Just keep that muscle warm, keep going. Gradual improvement. Anyway, I've put a link in the email, so you can have a look at that, and then yeah, just get back to me if it's what you need. All the best. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully we'll carry on working together. All the best, buddy, and let me know how it goes in your exam as well. I'm curious. Take care.